Look around a typical classroom, and you won't see the thousands of data packets, student grades, login credentials, and personal messages flying through the air. Wireless networks turn our physical spaces into an invisible battlefield where attackers can intercept information without ever touching a wire. Defending this data means protecting the CIA triad. We must ensure confidentiality so only authorized users can read the data, integrity so it remains accurate and unaltered, and availability so the systems stay accessible to those who need them. While hardware is important, technology alone cannot protect the triad from an adversary who exploits human error. Securing these three pillars requires managing human behavior just as strictly as we manage the equipment. To see how these vulnerabilities manifest in the real world, consider a student cybersecurity team conducting a network audit at Oak Creek High. Their first finding is a classic human error. Students are passing around the shared password for the school's administrative network. The technical side looks just as risky. The team discovers an unencrypted guest Wi-Fi network broadcasting to the parking lot, along with several unknown devices connected directly to the school's central server. These combined human and technical flaws leave the network's attack surface wide open. Closing these gaps require the immediate implementation of managerial controls. Managerial controls are the formal rules, policies, and procedures an organization uses to manage how people interact with its network. The first step is an acceptable use policy, or AUP. This document dictates what constitutes responsible behavior and clearly lists prohibited activities for anyone using school-owned devices. Next, the team rolls out a strict password policy, requiring complex, unique strings, and enforces the principle of least privilege. This ensures that users, like students or guests, only have the minimum level of access required for their specific role. Because even the best rules can be bypassed by social engineering, the school starts mandatory security training to help staff recognize phishing attempts and other tactics used to steal credentials. Since an untrained user might willingly hand over their login to an attacker, these human policies serve as the network's first line of defense. Effective managerial control also requires clear protocols for when things go wrong. The team creates an incident reporting system so that breaches are identified and addressed immediately. They also implement operational requirements, like maintaining a strict device inventory and setting automated schedules for software updates to patch known vulnerabilities. This administrative layer includes mandatory data backups and regular security audits to verify that the school is actually complying with its own standards. These operational checks transform static rules into a continuous, active cycle that maintains security over the long term. While policies handle the people, the team still has to face the inherent risks of wireless technology. Unlike a wired connection, Wi-Fi broadcasts data through the air, where anyone in range can try to catch it. This risk increases if the school relies on outdated routers, or if users aren't aware of the dangers of joining untrusted networks. Attackers exploit this by setting up rogue access points, or evil twins, fake networks with names that mimic the legitimate school Wi-Fi, to trick students into connecting and revealing their data. These threats are uniquely dangerous because they allow an adversary to bypass the building's physical security and attack the network from the parking lot. To secure the airwaves, the team mandates a critical upgrade to WPA3. This is the strongest current encryption standard, ensuring that wireless data is unreadable to anyone who might intercept it. They also require changing the default credentials on every piece of network hardware. Leaving a router with its factory admin password makes it trivial for an unauthorized user to take control. The IT team then pushes urgent firmware updates and disables vulnerable features like WPS or unnecessary beacon frames, which stops the router from constantly announcing its presence to the public. Every one of these technical configurations works toward a single goal: minimizing the network's technical attack surface. To prevent a single breach from taking down the entire school, the team implements network segmentation. They create isolated guest networks so visitors can access the internet without ever reaching the core school servers. They also hide sensitive administrative settings, making them invisible to the broader network. For active protection, they use an intrusion detection system, or IDS. This tool constantly monitors traffic for anomalous patterns or unauthorized devices, raising an alert the moment a threat is spotted. Segmentation and monitoring act as internal bulkheads. If one area is compromised, the infection cannot easily move laterally to reach more sensitive data. At the end of the audit, the student team presents a successfully hardened network plan. This plan achieves true defense in depth by combining strict managerial policies to guide behavior with technical controls that secure data as it travels through the air. Let's review the core concepts. Always defend the CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Manage human risk through policies like the AUP and training. Keep operations secure with audits and updates. Recognize that wireless signals are inherently public and use WPA3 encryption and segmentation to lock them down. Maintaining a strong network requires constant management of both the people who use the connection and the invisible waves that carry the data.